Good evening, everybody. Pilot 83 here, continuing on with FS Academy's Addon Commander. We're getting close to being done with this. It's been really good up to this point. In this episode today, we're going to do mission number 8, Tempest. Dodge thunderclouds in the dead of the night. This one looks pretty fun. It says, do all you can to avoid storms over Europe before discovering that some things are beyond your control. Pull the altitude knob on the FCU to enter OP climb mode with a lower airspeed to climb more quickly. We are in the A320 Neo from our weather conditions up here. It looks like it's going to be good. Let's go ahead and hop to it. Good luck to y'all and wish me luck as well. We are automatically hitting some wind shear. Oh.
We start again in flight on another day. This time we are searching our way through a stormy European sky, with many cumulonimbus and thunderstorms in our way. Using the switch on the overhead panel, turn on the seat belts to ensure that the passengers are sat and secure. Pull the FCU alt knob for open climb mode. We want to leave this cloud layer to get a better view of the storms and to get out of the bumps, so we will select a lower airspeed. Set to 70 knots in the FCU. This gives us a better rate of climb, so we'll be able to gain altitude in a shorter amount of time.
Alright, so we're climbing up right now. This weather is actually really pretty out here. I'm not minding this whatsoever. This is nice.
Now that we're above the cloud layer, set a higher climb speed of 290 knots in the FCU. When considering en route weather, we will be on the lookout during the cruise for any hazardous clouds, which can often be identified by lightning flashes. If we do see a large build-up, we will avoid it wherever possible, as at high altitudes we have less safety margins, and turbulence can more easily upset the aircraft attitude. Also, we can encounter injuries in the cabin, so we want to stay out of the way of any storm clouds. When deciding how to avoid a storm, we consider the wind direction. The clouds are carried by the wind, so we can predict their movement. A storm position to the upwind side of our route can be blown into our path, leaving the inattentive with less time to figure out an avoidance strategy. We preferably want to avoid a storm upwind, as our separation will increase as we near it, and we also avoid the anvil. The anvil is found on the downwind side of the storm, and poses further risks such as hailstones. These can batter and puncture the nose cone and windscreen, so pose a very real hazard. In choosing a heading to fly, we need to remember that we too are being blown by the wind, and consider our heading versus track. Our heading is the magnetic direction that our nose is pointing. This is represented by the yellow mark at the top of the ND. Applying wind drift to this gives us our actual path over the ground, our track. Our track is shown by the green diamond, also at the top of the ND. The difference between our heading and track is known as our drift angle. Let's ask ATC for a turn to the left, taking us upwind. Radar Jetliner 356 requests left turn heading 300 for weather.
Jetliner 356 heading approved. How many miles?
Heading approved around 80 miles, Jetliner 356. Set a heading of 300 in the FCU and pull to select. As we pass through the atmosphere, the airflow travels along the surfaces of the aeroplane, generating static electricity. The aircraft's surfaces are connected with each other with bonding leads, which helps to even out the charge across the aircraft's skin to avoid sparks. This is further supplemented by static wicks along the trailing edges of the wings and tail, which dissipate this electrical charge back into the atmosphere. Despite these countermeasures, when near to thunderstorms we can encounter highly charged air, and static can be heard on the radio as an indication of this. A lightning strike can be very dramatic, but is actually quite unlikely to cause any malfunction. It generally strikes a wingtip or the tail, travels along the fuselage, and then exits again. This leaves burn marks and dents in the thin fuselage skin, but is generally otherwise inconsequential.
Okay.
Now that we hear static, it is prudent to slow down. This will reduce the friction and therefore lessen the generation of charge. Select a speed of 260 in the FCU. Barring any minor resets or transient system faults, a strike is unlikely to trigger a serious malfunction. Lightning remains loud and could come as a shock to the passengers and crew. We therefore want to check in with the cabin to see if everything is okay. There are a few things we can do to improve our odds, but we ultimately can't prevent a strike if the atmospheric conditions dictate. Your radios, please. I'll phone the back and see how everyone is in the cabin.
Hi, it's Josie at door 1 left. Did you hear that in the flight deck as well?
Hi, yes, I thought you probably noticed that. Is everything okay in the cabin?
Actually, cabin crew 3 is just checking on a passenger now in row 23 who looks particularly badly startled. I'll get back to you if this becomes an issue.
Okay, thanks very much. Keep us updated. Okay, I'm back. My radios. Just one passenger maybe had a bit of a jump, but otherwise we're looking okay. Still nothing wrong with our systems, so other than some exterior damage, we should be fine to continue our flight.
Jetliner 356, can you increase Mach 0.79 minimum?
We can go 0.77 due to weather, Jetliner 356.
Jetliner 356, roger, 0.77 or more.
Wilco, Jetliner 356. On the FCU, press the Speed Mach selector button to change the speed units into Mach number. Now select a Mach of 0.77. As we reach higher speeds and altitudes, our relationship with the speed of sound becomes more important. Mach 0.77 is 77% of the local speed of sound at this altitude. We don't want to go too fast with storms around, as we might encounter turbulence. Your radios. Hi, go ahead.
Hi again. So number 4 is down the back as well now, and it seems the passenger in 23 Delta is having a panic attack. We've got them on oxygen and I've used a quarter of a bottle so far.
Alright, give us an update in a little bit and let us know which way it's going. I'm back, my radios. So our passenger at the back has been shocked by the strike quite a bit and is having a panic attack. The number 4 is back there with them and we'll get an update soon. Let's keep an eye out for potential diversion airports. We'll have to be careful as there are storms around and we don't want to divert anywhere with bad weather. Let's listen to the weather at Kalamata now. They've got thunderstorms at Kalamata, so let's try another. I'll listen for weather at Athens. That's better. It's a bit windy at Athens, but perfectly usable. If our passenger gets worse, then we can use Athens as diversion. Okay, that was quick. Not a good sign. Your radios. Hi, go ahead.
Hi Captain, I'm going to give you a medical brief. It's Josie at door 2 left. The situation with this passenger has become quite serious and we now suspect a heart attack. Cabin crew 3 and 4 are dealing with it, but we need to divert. The passenger is still on oxygen and we're making an announcement for a doctor.
Okay, Josie, thank you. We'll start a diversion now, and we'll give you a NITS brief shortly. Pass their details when ready. My radios. Okay, we'll run through a quick DODA to formulate a plan. Diagnose. We have a passenger with a suspected heart attack who needs urgent attention. Options. There are storms at Kalamata, but Athens is usable. Decide. Athens is our best candidate for a diversion, as it is a large airport and well equipped, plus it has the best weather nearby. Action. Let's request a diversion from ATC. Pan. Jetliner 356 requests diversion to Athens due to passenger with suspected heart attack. Details to follow.
Jetliner 356, Roger Pan. Turn left heading 270.
Left heading 270, Jetliner 356. Set heading 270 in the FCU. Your radios. Hi, go ahead.
Passenger is a 64-year-old male travelling with his wife. He does have a heart condition and has had a heart attack once before. He has taken his medication, but the shock has triggered another episode. The nurse has come forward and agrees he needs urgent attention. They're setting up the aircraft AED in case of cardiac arrest. We need medics to meet the aircraft and please request an AED on arrival.
Okay, I'll give you a NITS brief. Nature, passenger with suspected heart attack. Intentions, we are diverting to Athens. Time, landing in around 15 minutes. Special, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Nature is passenger with heart attack. Intentions are to divert to Athens. Time 15 minutes to landing, and we will prepare the cabin now. Number 4 will stay with passenger for now, but we will be seated for landing.
Jetliner 356, descend to flight level 210.
Descending flight level 210, Jetliner 356. We are now well on our way towards Athens, where we will be landing. I'll make a PA now to keep the passengers informed. Hello everyone from the flight deck, your attention please. We have a passenger who needs urgent medical attention. We are diverting to land in Athens and are expecting to arrive in the next 15 minutes. Please follow all of the instructions of the cabin crew. We'll give you details of our onward plans once on the ground. Thank you. It is important to balance the urgency of the medical situation with the need to safely operate the aircraft. We must not be overly distracted and have to avoid rushing the approach, which may lead to an unsafe situation for everyone on board.
Yes, sir. Hey. So that one obviously wasn't too action-packed or hard, but it did teach a lot of really good things that a lot of people just don't think about, like the high static on the radios when you're flying through a storm, you know, and how you could lose communication on the radios because of that. So that was really neat. And once again, it's talking about DODAR and then your aviate, navigate, communicate, and things like that. So really helpful, really good. We have 2 more missions to go on this. So far, like I said, it's been really, really awesome. Let me know if y'all got this and what y'all think of it so far. See you guys in my next video. Safe flying out there.